This fall, new changes to a law that protects against sex discrimination are underway. Title IX is a law which protects those on school campuses and at school-related events in the United States. The new implementations are supposed to strengthen protections to sexual harassment victims and were first announced back in May by the U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos.
I was kind of in shock because they rolled back a bunch of things that the Obama administration had done to give victims more rights.
FIU student journalist Elizabeth McCann wrote about her disappointment from what she saw in the regulations in an article published by FIU's online student newspaper. Some of the concerns brought up in the article are the new definition of sexual harassment and the standard of evidence used against perpetrators.
I think that the language about the unwelcome conduct being so severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive is somewhat problematic. Words like severe are, in my opinion, too subjective.
The university had an option to keep what we have, with this preponderance of the evidence, or to go to clear and convincing. Clear and convincing is a much higher standard to prove the case. FIU thinks that the preponderance of evidence is the standard that is appropriate for these types of cases.
According to the Annual Security and Fire Safety Report 2020 for FIU, the number of cases reported for rape and fondling have increased.
I think that the increase of the cases are not necessarily an increase in their occurrence, but an increase in the recognition that those instances are taking place, and an increase in the reporting of those incidents.
Both the Division of Student Affairs and the Office of Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Access will be releasing new updates on the new regulation and how to report. This is Dabney Richards with South Florida Media Network.